Hi, Gus.
This week, Gus Sorolla.
Brandon from Haney.
Chris Damaris.
And Bernie Burns.
And Gus Sorolla.
Can I get over
here? Yeah, Bernie's literally just walking on stage. I think with about 10 seconds till we went live, you were still walking around back there, doing who knows what.
When I found out we had 10 seconds left, then I was like, I can still get something done. So I walked away and got
darted off the stage for a bit.
Today was a very, very crazy day.
Yeah? You want to talk about it?
Mm-hmm. So today was the first day. Today is Monday, October 13th. And
Checks out.
What's that?
It checks out.
Yeah. And today was the first day of, I guess, hardcore
pornography?
We're in that zone between pre-production and production of Laser Team. So tomorrow's like the actual first shoot day.
E-production.
What?
E-production.
What does e-production mean?
It's between pre and production.
Oh, it's just e-production?
E-production?
Reproduction? Reproduction.
Reproduction.
There you go.
Hardcore pornography.
Today was reproduction day. It all comes back full circle. Anyway, so there was a lot of running around today. Had some people that were here in town that we were meeting for the first time. A lot of us were meeting for the first time. So it was just a fun day of running around and seeing lots of cool stuff.
My wife's been bugging me to get a haircut because my hair's really long right now. And I wanted to get a haircut, but we started filming this other thing that's been going on for a little over a week now.
Josh's project?
Right. And I can't cut my hair because now if I cut my hair halfway through the project, all of a sudden my hair gets short.
Oh, and we'll have pickups for the next 3 months.
Right. So every day my wife's like, why don't you get a haircut today? Like, I can't. I've got to wait. It's like, when are you going to be done filming? I don't know.
You just got to give up on that. Because there's been so many times where I've said, I'm going to cut my hair. And everyone's like, okay. So you sure I'm going to cut my hair? Yes. And they cut my hair and they come in the next day like, you cut your hair. Like, today we have to reshoot something we shot 4 weeks ago.
I did that. I did that to Brandon at Immersion. I showed up and I was like, I had a beard when we filmed this, right? And you're like, oh, shit.
I remember we put a complete fake beard on you for the reunion short.
Where it's like,
the people who survive Ebola have immunity to it? That's kind of interesting.
Like, so is it like chickenpox in that you can never catch Ebola again?
They actually don't know a lot about it, right? So a lot of it is still conjecture. But they think that there's several different strains of it, but essentially it's like the flu where one strain is dominant whenever they have an outbreak. But yeah, these people that have already been through it have now an immunity to it, which makes you wonder if there's a huge pandemic. The biggest problem that's going to take place is that there's going to be a huge strain on health resources. So is it like advantageous to get a really deadly disease first? Like,
yeah, like get it premeditated.
I know, but it's a 30% survival rate. 30%.
Is it that low? I thought it was like 50.
No, it's like I think in Africa it's 70% mortality rate.
Well,
I think
that's the same thing.
U.S. we're at 100. Yeah,
they're testing a trial drug.
That's what I'm saying. It's not 50-50. It's 70-30.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Russia today claimed that they have a cure for Ebola.
Russia Today claimed it?
Today, Russia.
I thought you meant the news site.
Not the news agency. Today, Russia claimed to have a cure for Ebola.
Yeah, the chive.
If you had to go through that...
Theirs has a weird side effect. You grow really huge boobs.
You have to take a billion selfies and send them in.
Do we have an Ebola snail?
Oh, that's what somebody wrote me. That's the assassin snail from Gavin's hypothetical scenario. He now figured out what the power of the snail is. Really don't want to make light of this because I know some people are really concerned about it. I also don't want to like stoke the fires of panic or anything like that.
You're the guy who bought fucking rations.
Listen.
You bought rations?
So don't say you don't want to incite a panic because you said you bought rations and you were so happy when this happened.
No, I wasn't. I was never
You were
happy.
like, you see, I was right. I was right.
No, I said we jinxed it. Listen, I would never. I don't ever want to live on those. I have rations. I have these like. I should have brought some in because we could have eaten some today.
I'd eat it.
You'd eat one?
Do you have a bunker?
Nope. I
If
wish.
you did,
That's the dream, Brandon. Get a good bunker.
How would you decide?
I think
who
a bunker
could
would be
come?
fun.
What?
It's like sleepovers and stuff.
Bunker would be horrible. Bunker would be awful.
No, let's not.
Okay, what?
Who exactly?
What's
your criterion for letting
Criteria.
people
My
in your
family.
bunker?
Well, the
There's got to
addition.
be a great DVD.
My family.
It's going to make my criterion.
That's the criteria. My family. Like somebody
I'm a court, of
somebody
course.
Somebody asked me if like the whole euthanizing the dog thing
Well,
came
we're
up.
friends.
Like if Ebola got close to my family or whatever, something like that, and they said, and someone told you it would be it would be safer to euthanize Joe the cat, would you? And I'm like, yes. It's just like I would euthanize Joe the cat. Now give me an excuse to get rid of Joe. That guy's an asshole.
There's a really bad cold going around.
He's depressed. But yeah, Joe the cat has turned into such a prick, man. He's unbelievable. That cat, you did a whole Archie life with him, Brandon.
He always targeted me, and everybody thought I was a jerk.
Because he meowed at you.
He did all sorts of mean things. When people were around, when it was just the two of us, he was cool.
I'm going to have to record the way Joe the cat meows in the morning. And it's like, I get up at 6:30 every day. 6:30, I'm up and ready to go. Man. 7:30.
Oh, you're getting called out.
Ashley called me out. 7:30. 7:15 I get up. 7:15 I get up. And I'm ready to go at 7:15. But that cat, doesn't matter if I got 6:30 anyway, Ashley. The cat, half an hour before he knows I'm going to get up, just starts like this caterwaul, just like window rattling meow.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't stop. Joe the cat. What a fucking
It's like
lunatic.
a death rattle.
Yeah, he's
The
unbelievable.
pre-alarm clock, getting you warmed up to get out of bed.
I remember sleeping in the annex on the beanbag and then just hearing, just like it's really bad.
Yeah.
Did he like come to the beanbag and do it next to you, or is he just somewhere in the
or
room?
he'll do this thing where he just like licks me and rubs me until I get up. I'm like, all right, I'm up.
Does he
And
just
I'm
take
like,
your
now
spot on
what?
the beanbag?
Now what? Yeah, he just wanted me up.
Yeah, he's bossing you around. He's showing his dominance. So here, I'm going to read something. I fulfilled my greatest nightmare possible this weekend.
Wait, let me think about this. What is Gus's greatest
It
nightmare?
has to be in a social situation.
Yeah.
It has to, it has to involve other people.
Correct. Music.
You went to
I
ACL.
went to ACL.
You did?
Who are you?
I know.
What'd you go see?
Nothing. Because
What?
it was fucking miserable.
Oh.
I got there and realized how terrible it was.
I
went
can
on
hear it from my
Saturday?
house.
I went on Friday.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was hot as hell.
Yeah.
And dusty.
I was on Sunday. It was nice. Everything was cool.
It was muddy, though.
Not that bad.
Dude, the weather today in Austin was perfect, except for the insane wind.
Yeah. They at ACL, they have they have cans of water. It looks like beer cans, but they're blue cans.
Yeah.
It says Austin City Limits and bottle or canned water. And at one point, I was sitting next to these group of like frat-looking dudes, and they were all fucked up. They were all so drunk. And one of them comes back with like waters for all of them because I guess he's like the less drunk one. And he's getting like water for all of his friends, being responsible. And he hands it to this one guy who's sitting next to me. And the guy goes, "What's this?" The guy he goes, "What's water? Just drink it." He goes, "You fucked up, dude. This isn't water." And he like cracks it open and starts chugging it. He goes, "Whoa, wasn't expecting that." I guess it looks so much like a beer can. He was convinced that his friend was giving him another beer.
I'm gonna see if I can send it to Patrick. I took a photo at ACL because it's right by my house, and I just walked down there with the kids and held them over the fence.
You could probably hear it just as well.
You could.
Yeah.
Ashley was in the house and she was like humming along to something, and then she realized she could hear a band that she loves. She didn't even know was at ACL. She could hear them from the house, and she didn't even realize it was picking up on it. But I took a picture. I'll send this to Patrick real quick. I took a picture of all the fucking bikes.
Oh,
at
that was
ACL.
crazy.
That is crazy how many bikes there were. Crazy.
Yeah, it's just like a sea of bikes. Like you go down Barton Springs Road, and then on one side's ACL, then on the other side is just bike parking. Like as far as you can see, just bikes stacked up. It looks like a transformer because it's just like a pile of metal.
So it's just like put them on top of each other.
Yeah, it's like, where's your bike? Somewhere in the pile.
There it is. I'm gonna see if I can't even express this. And it was like funny because there was like a mall of bikes basically, and then there was fences all around the place just to keep people out of the park because they erect all these fences just to make it a ticketed event. And hey Patrick, I'm sending this to you over the internet. It's magical. As a subject line, I put cars. I have no idea why. They're bikes, but I put cars. But the fences everywhere, the bikes were on the fences. Like these are like 7-8 foot fences, and people had hooked the front tires over all the fences. But then there was like every 20 feet, there was a sign that said no bike parking, and there was like a little gap right around that one sign. Like it was like that, but then everywhere else was just loaded
like
with bikes.
I know what you're talking about. It's like those signs had repellent.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't get too close to that sign. But right here, between the two no bikes, I can do it there. The signs aren't close enough.
Everyone else has. And then there's a little bridge on Barton Springs Road, which is where Zilker is. It's over a little like creek that runs from Barton Springs down to the river.
There's
Yeah,
all the
that's
bikes.
all the bikes. I tried to capture it. That's at night. And we'll put this in the link dump if you're listening to the audio podcast. But it's how many bikes is that, Chris?
Oh, I don't
Go.
know. 8. 100.
It is a ton of bikes.
Yeah.
But there's a bridge that goes over the creek, and people are walking back over that from ACL drunk. And there's just at the midpoint of the bridge, there's a sign as you're like walking along the sidewalk looking over the railing. There's a big sign that just says, don't. That was it. It just said don't. And I laughed so hard at that when I saw it. I think I have a picture of that too. So that's Patrick. This one's going to be called Do It.
It was such a mass of people. It was unbelievable. I don't know how many.
You've never been
like
before.
60 or 70,000 people. I've never been there.
And the crazy thing is,
Because it's a nightmare for me.
Well, what brought you out
I had
into
a
the
meeting
sun?
there.
What?
Get a meeting?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I can tell you more about it off the podcast.
Why?
Yeah, I had to go
Let
there
me guess who set up this meeting.
for this meeting. And then it was like...
Who set up the meeting? Was it you?
They did.
They did?
Yeah.
They wanted you to come to ACL.
Yeah.
they had their own private area, right?
Yes.
That you went
Oh,
to.
so you got to a private area where there was
Yeah.
no people.
Yes, that's how they drew me in.
Or less people. And you didn't see anything.
No.
Yeah, I
left.
walked down there with the kids and it was at night, so I held them over the fence to see, like, you know...
People on drugs.
Yeah, to see Eminem. There was like 4 F-bombs.
See Eminem.
4 F-bombs in 12 seconds. I was like, all right, we're done with this. Let's go.
Well, we'll go back to the house where we can hear it anyway.
Yeah,
Don't.
really.
Here's a sign.
That's the don't sign on the bridge. It says don't. Don't do it.
But yeah, it was an experience. But if I can finally say I went there, that's it. Done.
I had to replace a toilet seat in my house because it cracked. Like, it was like a 7-year-old toilet seat. So the toilet seat cracked somehow. I don't know how. Ashley and I got in a big debate over who cracked the toilet seat. It's Ashley.
Joe the cat.
It was Ashley. But it was just, and so it's just like, get rid of this thing and replace it because it's just weird to have a toilet seat with like a crack in it. And so I went to go replace it one day. Went to Home Depot, got a toilet seat, brought it home. And I'm gonna bring it the brand it up because I'm so fucking pissed at them. I have a Kohler toilet.
Kohler.
Kohler, which is like they're really fancy like one-piece toilets, which I guess is the thing. Like people are like, I can't believe my toilet has two pieces. It's like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So this has the people who had the house before me renovated, I guess, and put in this one-piece toilet seat. I go under the toilet to unscrew the plastic nut that holds on the $25 toilet seat. To just unscrew it and just replace it, right? Not there. There's no nut underneath. So
Every toilet I've ever sat on has that.
Every toilet in the world. You don't need to mess with the design of a toilet. They work perfectly. They're fine. Don't fuck with it. So they have these things. They're metal anchors that go into the toilet, and then like there's those like wall anchors, so they go out when you screw them.
Shit.
And that's what they put in a toilet. And to replace that is a $65 anchor kit, which is just 2 more anchors and like a bolt, and that's it. That's it. And I had with this thing, I had to like get a crowbar and pry the bolts out. It's actually part of
that didn't break your toilet?
No, because I had to like protect the toilet. Seriously, replacing a toilet seat on this motherfucking toilet cost me $120. And it took me 4 calendar days, but it took me about 6 hours of work straight.
What was
to
wrong
replace a fucking toilet seat?
Well, now you got the crowbar, so next time you do it, it'll cost less.
Oh, I'm so mad. I used that crowbar from here, that metal crowbar.
Oh.
It's a bolt coming out of the thing. You're fine.
What was wrong with?
I feel like we've been talking. We've been here for about an hour now, and there's something in particular that we wanted to bring up here tonight. And I'm just kind of baiting you guys if you want to go with it.
So I think people are familiar that there's been a Smite tournament going on, right? And
Gus, you're playing in it.
Yes.
So this all was introduced by Jack, and what he was suggesting is, the departments have their own teams. So one of the things is like a live action team. So we're like, oh, that sounds cool. So we got back to our office, and Chris and I were just seeing who was here to be on the team with. And then like Blaine comes up to us, and he's just basically like,
well, no, we were like, hey, Brandon, do you want to? We should do a live action team. Like, he was like, me and you. It's like, oh, well, we should do it. And it's like, hey, Blaine, do you want to be on our Smite team?
And he was just like, oh, no, I'm going to go be with Chris Martin because he's excellent at Smite. I'm going to beat you guys. Like, as obnoxious as Blaine could possibly be.
It's like, you guys are going down.
Yeah.
Chris Martin's awesome at it.
Oh. And so he comes back about 15 minutes later, and he was like, guys, Chris Martin's with the team with the Adams.
No, he was like, hey, so I'm actually freed up now. If you guys, if you're still, looking for a third member.
Yeah, so we did the bigger thing and told him no and took Jordan in instead.
Jordan, who does, RTAA, because, Chris ended up being with the 2 Adams in the tech office.
And they basically formed the unbeatable team. Like, that's
the... Who knows? There's some good Smite players.
So we've been practicing, and we're pretty excited about the tournament. And then
me, you, and Jordan.
Me and Jordan, and we've been practicing. And then we find out that we're going against the Adams in the first round. And I felt we held our own, but in the end, we still lost. And then we come to find out that we were originally supposed to be against somebody else, and Blaine's team was supposed to be against the Adams. But when he found that out, he went and like complained and cried about it, and eventually got the bracket changed. So we all of a sudden now went against the Adams, and then he got another seed and won his first match.
He played against people who didn't play the game.
He didn't play the game, and then he went up to Jordan
Are you
afterwards.
guys giving spoilers?
No, this video's already been released.
It's already happened.
Okay.
And then he came up to Jordan afterward and was like, "Oh, hey man, like I'm sorry that sucks you guys in advance. I really wish that would happen." So we've been like most passively aggressively like ignoring him in gaming, giving him such a hard time because it was the most infuriating thing I've ever felt.
Gamesmanship. It's part of the game.
Are you defending him or
getting the right seed is part of the game? Absolutely. It's tough.
Yeah, but the seeds were already
He's playing a bigger game.
selected. He's playing.
So who do you appeal to?
He's playing the crybaby game.
Who do you appeal to?
we didn't go any further than that. And that
who
was
made
alleged.
this?
That was what we were told, but no one has denied it.
Who made the seeds?
But it was.
But that being said, the night before we played, we randomly in Smite, our team we were practicing ended up playing his team,
Yeah, and
we destroyed them.
Yeah, destroy them. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that we would absolutely blow them out of the water. So I feel like we're the people's champions.
Yeah, no one knows about us.
Yeah.
so we're the
Still.
people's in the, like me and him.
But it
And
was so
Jordan.
sad. Like, Blaine was trying to play with us again today, and we're like, no. And he got like the most puppy dog face. He was
Blaine's
like,
getting
nobody
hammered on
wants to
Twitter
play
right
me
now.
anymore, huh?
Blaine's getting hammered on Twitter right now.
Good.
It was so shady.
Now maybe we'll have him on next week to
It
defend
hurt
himself.
my heart.
You gonna be okay? You gonna make it through?
Maybe,
No.
I
It's a
don't know.
good prize for that Smite tournament. It's a good
I know.
prize.
When I was out a couple weeks ago, you sat in my seat,
I did.
and
Uh-oh.
apparently you put my earpiece in your ear.
Gross.
And when I came back the next week, it was covered in earwax.
My girlfriend is so upset about that.
It was
She keeps trying to get me to clean my ears.
so
but I have, like, Q-tips.
disgusting and gross. It was like the thing was orange. We threw it away. I think Patrick wore gloves to get it.
Are you mad though? Because you had you went through the same thing.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have put someone
Brian,
else's thing in my ear.
Taking this information in stride. Wow,
You're
that's
like-
amazing. How dirty are your fucking ears?
I don't know. I can't see.
Like
Look,
you
look,
took
look.
like,
Great.
Can you hear?
when you took it out, did you look at it and be like, "Oh, I should wipe that off"?
No, I did not.
No,
It
you
wasn't
did. I know you
intentional.
didn't because it was still
not-
there.
I wasn't like, fuck this.
Because it took like 20 minutes and 4 people to help him yank it out of his ear. That's why he went home and took a
felt-
nap.
When I heard about that,
afterwards.
I felt really bad, and I meant to apologize. And I'm apologizing to you right now.
That's disgusting.
I didn't think of it. I'm sorry. I had no idea.
It was just sitting out here.
I'm sorry. So it had a week to like just ferment.
It was like orange.
That's how you make vodka.
That's the slurry.
Just American. Oh yeah.
I clean Joe the cat's ears. I do.
Do you want to clean my
How do you
ears?
No, I don't. Ugh.
I'm
do you
just
clean
afraid
Joe's
if
ears?
Q-tips freak me. Like putting that
What's
in my
that?
ear
How do you-
freaks me out.
He's a Q-tip. Cleans ears.
You clean
You're
your
not
ears.
supposed to put them in your ears.
It's adorable.
You-
That's bullshit.
Do you
I know
clean
it
your
says
ears?
it on the package.
I know it says it not to do it, but whatever.
That's just
Everybody-
a safety. They just say that because they're just covering their bases. They're like,
Yeah, because it's
Covering their
dirt.
bases.
Yeah,
Is there any other product in the world though that is literally the thing you're not supposed to use it
it's
for?
like-
It's what you use it for.
Your car goes up to 100. The speedometer goes to 140 miles an hour. Don't drive it above 70.
Yeah.
Wink.
Yeah.
Don't put it in your ear. Wink.
They're pretty clean now.
I always
think.
love
Yeah,
that.
because it's all on the fucking thing. We threw it away.
One of them's clean.
If you're gonna get Brandon's attention, do it from the left side.
No shit.
What?
You know, that's we talked about this before. That's a job in India they have. It's part of the culture there. Is that
they have like
ear cleaners on the street?
and you'll just go and they'll be like,
Doot, doot, doot. They have all these fucking tools and they like stick them.
Oh no!
Oh, you
no, they still
saved
have
it.
it?
Patrick, I love you.
Oh my god.
Patrick saved it. He's bringing it out and giving it to Gus right now.
Exhibit A, Gus's earpiece.
Let me see.
Did you take a photo of it up close?
That's from your ear.
no, wait, I'm sorry. This is not how you make vodka. This is how you get Ebola.
You're like gagging. That's in your ears. That is like 4 inches from your mouth at any
Oh,
time.
Brandon.
Nobody
That's
tell,
awful.
Nobody tell my girlfriend.
Yeah,
I've
wait,
never
hold on,
seen.
wait, we gotta get it tight.
Oh, gotta get tight on this. I gotta like rotate it and work with this thing.
You came to a podcast to call
See,
out Blaine.
there'll be a linked up to a high res photo of
Yeah,
this disgusting thing.
We'll post a better photo of it.
I
It's
have
hard to
never
see.
seen that amount of wax that didn't have a wick in it ever in my life. That's disgusting.
Can we stick a piece of twine in Brandon's ear and light it?
right,
If the power ever goes
That is
out.
how I think
putting
they
this
do
over
that to get rid of earwax. I'm
So
serious.
when it melts and you're like, where does it go?
I think you can do that.
Isn't wax? You want some wax in
brave
there.
man.
yeah.
Do you?
Like yeah, it protects your ear. That's why you have it.
What do you want?
You want wax? Wax is good.
It's natural.
You know, there's a genetic flag. It's actually, remember that test I took
23andMe?
from 23andMe? There's just like one genetic marker that if it's flipped, you have dry earwax versus wet earwax. And typically it's an east-west thing. Not like East Coast, West Coast, like rapper thing, but like like people in like the Far East in China have dry earwax. It's dry, and they like have to like chip it out. And,
Do I have dry
Americans
or wet
have wet
earwax,
earwax.
Gus?
I don't know.
Westerners
you
have
old
wet earwax.
earwax is what I can tell.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
There's not many genes that are like that, which is like a little flip, and it's like here's the change.
Yeah.
and that's one they know is the wet
What
versus
would
dry
be the
earwax.
weirdest wet dry change
Semen.
of a? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Dry
Thinking
semen,
it was dry
like a cloud of dust,
Yeah.
like powdered semen.
You just shoot it into the air and hope. Come on.
Get in there. It gives a whole new meaning to blowjobs.
Be gross though. You just like walk into someone's bedroom. You're like, what is that?
Yeah, little Timmy's room's always really dusty.
We had to vacuum it all the time.
It's like you got to keep like a fucking dustbuster hidden under your mattress.
Be awesome if you could like set off the smoke alarm. Invite your girlfriend over. All of a sudden the smoke alarm goes off.
Oh my god.
Sound effect would be great though. It's like, oh baby, oh. Sound like Wile E. Coyote in the desert.
Oh man. My face hurts from laughing.
That would be the weirdest one, Chris. You nailed it. First try.
Well, Gus actually knew. I was thinking.
The thing about it is it has autopilot.
Wait, so
You can drive your car. Your car drives itself.
It just you get on the freeway, hit a button, and it just drives itself.
you get the features
I've
of the
been-
D through a software update?
You can, dude. My car, the current version of my car, which is a Model S, it does not have the sensors or anything in order to get the software up to do
Gotcha,
it. So
okay.
you'd have to get the D
Gotcha,
to get the software up to do the autopilot.
Okay.
And they even said in a statement that yes, if you're in a place where it's available or it's regulated, your car can autonomously come and pick you up.
Yeah, they said on
Like
private
Batman?
property.
I've been wanting. Bernie, I've been wanting a robot car for so long. Like you don't
Are
understand.
you
Like
asking me to buy you a car?
He's got his hands together
That's
like in
nicer
the,
than
in
my
the
car?
begging position.
No.
Bernie, buy me a $130,000 car.
Yeah, I
I
know.
want a robot car. So I want to be
No.
able to like go to like get
Yeah,
my
but
car.
you want to be able to talk to your car.
But
Yeah,
could you
but-
imagine though? Could you imagine though that like, oh, I forgot I parked my car on the other side of the mall. I'll just have it come get me.
Yeah.
And just like the car comes.
I
around.
can't
describe
imagine
my
it.
life.
I've been thinking about it for like years now. I want this robot car.
It exists. Go get it. Just like finance it. Yeah,
Finance it.
I agree with you.
Yeah, they said, I believe what they said was if it's on private property, you can activate that. And it could essentially drive itself, but
It's only on private property.
Well,
because
they're saying that legally. You can still activate it wherever the hell you want to. You're on private property here, so if you want your car to come pick you up at the front door, do it. Although, also, how would you specify to the car, "Come get me"? How would it not just drive? I know it would drive to the wall and like come get you like the Kool-Aid man. I'm here. Let's go. But the other cool thing about it too is that if you pull up in your driveway, you just go park in the garage, and it parks itself in the garage.
That's awesome.
You go into the house and enjoy your life.
pretty sweet.
robot
Don't they have
cars.
those cars that, like the wheels rotate 90 degrees, so you can just like slide into a parallel
No, they
spot?
have. They
Is
have
that a real
ones,
thing?
My ex-mother-in-law has a car that automatically parks itself, parallel parks itself.
Really?
It's pretty fucking dope. And it's not. It's like a mid-level SUV that does it. It's just a newer one. Like cars are getting to the point now where they're like incredible. There was a weird point like the early 2000s where like cars had nothing, and then they had LCD screens that you could touch and like Bluetooth and everything. And if you bought one like a year apart, it was a major difference.
Yeah.
And we're at that point now with like, you know, I mean, electric cars are cool, but the real game changer is these pilotless
features.
cars, driverless cars.
Yeah.
I'm not buying a new car till I get a robot.
I
car.
totally agree with you. I would totally
I'm
wait.
like-
It's just a couple model years away, right? It's like
I
we're
hope
close.
So
it's close. It's close.
I've got my car in 2010. I'm like, man, if I could make this last till the robot car.
If you had a robot car, would you actually make a prop robot that you can put in the driver's seat? Just
give it like a chauffeur's hat.
Yeah. Do you remember the robot actor we had?
Johnny Robot or Johnny Cab? Johnny Cab.
Oh, the robot that we used in the one short with
Brandon Short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like install him
yeah.
in there.
I already have one picked out.
God, that caused the biggest fucking fight over that thing. Because that robot came and then like it got messed up. And we had to fix
allegedly.
it and turn it back up.
Yeah,
It's like
fix
all
something
fucking
that was already
drama about
shitty.
fixing that
What
stupid
robot was that? I don't remember this.
That it was some dopey, like, it wasn't really a robot. It was like somebody like made a prop robot out of PVC pipes and circuit boards.
Yeah.
And stuff. And it got like, one of the arms got broken and we had to fix it. And it was a big deal about fixing it because, you know, the person who was capable of fixing it didn't want to fix it. So
I'm pretty sure this really happened. I think is it Google creating the driverless car?
They're one of the groups working on it. Yeah.
From what I understand, it did get in an accident, but that accident was because someone was driving it manually at the time.
Yeah.
No, is that like
two accidents.
Is that
it also got rear-ended
is
by
correct.
someone else?
Is that the-
look at Chris. He's up on
I'm
his,
telling you, I've been like waiting for robot.
Wow.
He's up on his driverless cars.
I've
yeah,
known Chris
he's
like,
exactly right.
a long time. This is like I'm learning stuff.
Is
Yeah.
this good press for that company? That there
Here's
was
the
an
deal.
accident, but it was
It's
specifically
something
not
like-
their fault?
I think it is.
90
Yeah.
or 90, above 90% of accidents are human error.
Probably all accidents are human error.
Well, there's some that are like, oh, my car broke,
on
tire
fire.
popped off or whatever. I don't know car.
I don't know car.
No car.
I only know robot car. But like, you know, there's certain things like, you know, manufacturer errors and stuff that cause accidents or, you know, whatever. But with robot cars, oh man, the future is here.
Oh man, the future. Listen, it's here. It's really coming, and it's like, to me, it's a total game changer. Because if you will like be like, remember we used to fucking drive these things all the time when that we have to do
I
that.
know.
You will totally think like that. You will think it'll be a change of like, yeah, we used to get in these cars and we would have to drive them all the time. Like, see the wheel, we would have to turn that. And
I can't believe
pedals with our
No,
kids.
it'd be. There used to be a wheel here.
There will always be a wheel. I think for at least for like 5-10 years. There'll
What
be a
would
wheel.
scare me though is once you had rival companies, they're obviously going to start like negative ads, kind of like the way Samsung is bashing the iPhone. So it's like, is
Patrick?
this-
No, they're showing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick, look up the apps that
No,
did that.
but with robot cars,
No, no,
traffic
I
is
don't.
minimized.
Chris, think about these robot cars. What if you're at a green light and the light turns green and all the cars just go at once? Just think about that.
Think about it. And here's the deal. With okay, so you have a robot. All right, so everyone is worried about parking and stuff. With the robot car,
Chris, let's role play. Chris, I'm so worried about parking.
all right. Well,
What am I going to do?
all right, well, you know what? You should get a robot car. Because,
What would a robot car do for me?
Okay, here's the deal with the robot car.
Go ahead.
You wouldn't have to park your car.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Because you could pull up to a place, jump out, say robot car home. It would drive home, not
Now-
have to park.
If they allow cars with no drivers, because that's a significantly different thing than a pilotless car. An autopilot car assumes there's people in the car.
Okay.
But that's a totally different level of confidence of people on the road to say, here's a car that can come get me, like downtown on 6th Street. It's weird. I talked about this on Twitter. Everybody associates driving with being able to drink too much. That's like the number one thing people want to do. People are looking for a way to get fucking obliterated. That's their number one goal in life.
Responsibly.
Why do you think I'm so excited about robot cars, Bernie?
But a driverless car, a car that activates and comes
Yeah.
to get you with nobody in it, that's kind of an insurance liability nightmare in that sense.
Unless it's a proven technology that works, like Minority Report style, where it's all just like a grid.
on
But
rails and
that's
stuff,
years
yeah.
away, I think.
Yeah.
Like, they will require someone to be in the driver's seat
Capable
for
of-
a number of years and then in the car for a number of years.
I think that's when we're making new cities. Like, I don't think we could ever renovate. It's like the next new city we make.
making a new city.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
you're
just
getting-
like the last city we made.
Yeah. No, because,
After the apocalypse, someone wrote a fake robot attack car ad on Twitter. Victory 1140 said, "Robot car bash ad. The Honda robot car voted against raises for school teachers 3 times. Is this the car you want driving you?"
It doesn't matter because when robot cars come, I won't care about traffic because I'll be able to do stuff while I'm in the car. I'll be driving and be like, take me to work. And I'll be like working and doing like.
I feel like I'm listening to a fifth grader's book report. I would love to hear Chris say all the problems that robot cars are going to fix.
Well, okay,
everything.
Public transportation. All right. So say you have a car. Yeah, well, it is because you have robot cars that just go and pick people up. So you finish your car, and you're like, all right, well, I'm going to work. Your car could go around and pick people up and take other people to work. You don't even need a car.
But you have to pay for the gas.
But
Like your car could be an Uber driver.
Yeah,
like you could make money.
Exactly. You could buy a car and then tell it to go make money for you.
Yo, Chris, you're blowing my mind. You're absolutely
would
right.
you just sell the car, go make money?
Yeah, you could, and it would.
Pat it. Go make money.
And then also, or you wouldn't even need a car because there'd be other people who bought cars, and then they would be doing that.
It would be weird though. The car would rely on a human to fill it up with gas. It would like pull into the gas station and be like,
well, maybe then,
hey.
maybe then there would be gas attendants go back. Oh, that'd be crazy. It would go.
Or it could be the
that
gas
would
and
be
it could be a
crazy.
robot,
What's
Chris.
crazy?
Oh,
Oh
you're not
my
thinking
God,
about that.
What's crazy?
Well, say we go back
We
to
have
where.
a car that drives itself, but we gotta have someone there.
Well, say we go back to the time where there's people who
car
fill
driving
gas.
all over the road autonomously. Done. But this impossible. That's just like a nozzle. No, get out of
Well,
here.
I'd say it'd be kind of cool if like we went back to the time where there's like all of a sudden a job to fill someone's gas.
How bitter would you be if a car pulled up with nobody in it and you had to fill it with gas? I would be so fucking bitter. I would be like, I'm not doing this job anymore.
Like scrape the nozzle all down the ceiling link side of the car. There you go.
Or if it was like regular, please, fucking premium.
How you like that? How you like that caricature on? Fucking take that.
I don't know why this is how cars talk. I don't know.
But it would get so abused. Those features would get totally abused though too, because the impact on fuel usage will go through the roof. Because people be like, I gotta go to the post office, but I can't find a parking space. Hey car, just go around the block for like 10 times and then just run in. Nobody would ever park anywhere.
No, but
why would you?
Yeah,
you wouldn't
that's
have to park because you would go somewhere and you'd be like, robot car,
Go around the block.
No, you'd be like, go do a couple rides for other people. I'll be back come back here in an hour. And in that
Go do
hour,
rides for other
robot
people.
car would go and be like, would give taxis to people.
Give taxis to people.
Listen, Chris, you don't want that. You don't want people getting in your car that you paid for that you don't know with no other driver in there or anything. It's like, this is the story of how I bought a driverless car and a day later it was filled to the top with urine.
Or like
that
powdered,
is exactly how that story
or
works.
powdered semen everywhere. And they're just like, oh.
Gross.
Make it be powered by urine. That would be on a homeless guy urine. That would be perfect.
Then yeah, obviously let everyone in your car.
There'd be some sort of security feature.
What would that?
No,
I don't know.
You're the one sending that to
It
the
would be a
money.
guy
like-
with a cap sitting there, scowling.
There'd be something. You have to like swipe something.
And how long would that last before, like what would be the requirement for people? Like, you have to have a driverless car by when? Like, they're introduced today. 20% of the population has them within 5 years. Then it's a point where it's like, you can't have a driverless car on the road.
30 years.
Because then you're just wasting everybody's time.
You think it's going to be 30 years till we have robot cars?
Do you have
No,
lanes?
no. Until you can like really like fairly require it.
Oh, till it's required to have a
Till
robot
it's
car?
required.
Because don't forget, I mean, like, one of the worst things in Austin, and I know it brings a lot of money to the city, and that's really fucking great, but that money can go up its own butt for all I care. The motorcycle rally that comes to Texas every year, to Austin, it's just a misery. It's just too much.
What money
It's
are
just
they
like the
making?
streets farting.
I love
Yeah.
that people are having a good time. They're on motorcycles, but it's just too much. It's too many. They got to stop it.
What
It's
are-
just too much.
what are
But
those
those people are never going to like say they can't drive on the roads. Those people are huge enthusiasts. There's
Maybe they
auto
get a robot
enthusiasts.
motorcycle.
Yeah, but they're going to want that. Why would they want that?
And who wants to go look them in the eyes and tell them they can't do something?
It's kind of like this. It's like
I
horses.
will.
You know, it's like
No, I
people
won't. I
still
say that
have
word.
horses.
Well, do you-
People still ride horses
There was a
around.
horse. There was a horse. I had to get over to pass a horse on Lamar
It
Boulevard.
still
the other day.
happens, but it's like it's not like people are off riding horses all down the
It
street.
doesn't matter. It fucks up the whole system.
So do you think
does.
that robot cars are going to like push horses?
No, because people like horses. But like what I'm saying, whenever cars were introduced, I'm sure people with horses were like, "Well, I don't know what my horse is. I just trust a horse. I don't trust some robot to be carrying me around."
I want to see Cowboy Chris now.
Chris is gonna invent the robot horse.
No, I'm just saying. It's like I'm sure this. We had the back, whatever in the 20s or whatever. When were cars invented?
Like the
You got it. You're close. Beginning of the century.
I'm just saying.
1910.
The exact same conversation happened. Except people were like, "Well, I just trust my horse. I trust something with blood and bones, not machine." People didn't trust cars then, but now they do, and now it's like
Was
the
a
next
simpler
level.
time, guys.
Just blood and bones on the road. That's all.
I'm just saying, it's just.
What if you got a car that was like the trunk was filled with blood and bones?
You're like, I trust that car.
This car doesn't have. This car is full of blood and bones.
Show enough.
Do you want this car driving?
The new Honda robot car now with blood and bones.
You can drive into the square. Hold on. So Henry Ford actually has a great quote, which is that he said, "If I had listened to the public, I would have designed a faster horse."
Yeah, I think Jobs cited that a lot.
Yeah,
too.
he did a lot. Yeah. I'm just listening to public opinion when
Yeah.
you're doing something that's revolutionary.
All right.
So when was the car invented? I would say I have a great barometer for that kind of stuff because my grandmother on my dad's side, my dad, because he was a priest, waited so long to have kids. I was like super crazy generation gap with my dad. And my grandmother was actually born in 1898.
Oh, wow.
So I sat down one time and did an interview with her with a video camera, and I asked her about all of her experiences. She remembers when she saw her first she's passed away now, but she remembered when she saw her first electric light. That was like, she remembers
crazy.
that. And like, she remembers seeing her first car, seeing her first airplane, everything. I heard a story that you would love. I never heard about this, that when the Wright brothers went to pitch the airplane to the U.S. military, Orville Wright and a colonel got in a plane together. And Orville Wright took off, flew him around, crashed the plane, crippled himself, killed the colonel, and the Army goes, "We'll order 10,000.
For the enemy.
It didn't sway them at all. They went ahead and placed an order anyway.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I just love